Pianist Eve Egoyan is passionate about playing the music of her time. On her latest CD, The Art of Touching the Keyboard, she features work from 6 living composers. The music is as diverse as the nationality of the composers, who come from Japan, the United Kingdom, Denmark, and Canada. It is both a continuation and exploration of new languages for the piano. It's a great pleasure to present Eve Egoyan on stage in Studio 2. Eve Egoyan, welcome to Studio 2.
Hi.
Originally from Victoria, BC, now by way of Toronto, Ontario. I want to ask you, first of all, when we all take piano lessons as a kid, it's always Beethoven and Brahms and Bach and Mozart and so on, and you've made a decision that you don't want to play the dead guys. You want to play people who are alive. How come?
I still love music of the past. But for the last 10 years, I've been exploring languages of the present, and I feel much more connected to the creativity of my own time. And I just figure there's so many amazing musicians out there playing music of the past with passion, that if my passion has made this shift to the present, then I should follow it and play this music. I mean, it's more important for me, and I think for that music to actually be heard by somebody who plays it passionately than somebody who feels like they have to do it for whatever.
And you have an opportunity, I guess, to make a more distinctive mark as somebody who plays this as opposed to the music of the past. Is that part of it?
Not really. I wasn't really conscious of it that way. I mean, I think it's also partially because I was brought up in an atmosphere of my parents were always exploring the new, and my husband also always explores the new. And I think it's just my own personal curiosity about being in the present.
Is it easier to play this music? technically?
Easier technically. I think it depends on because you're always exploring languages that you might never have heard before. So like if I were a Beethoven specialist, I'd really be that language and that physicality and everything would be part of something. It's like learning a language, like the language of Beethoven. Whereas I like exploring a diversity of languages. So it's always like it could also be how I apply myself to the score. Sometimes scores are not notated the same way. If a composer wants to express something new, they'll choose to change how it's actually expressed visually.
Okay.
So you're learning a new language that way.
Now, I don't have to tell you, if you go to a concert of any symphony orchestra in this
Yes.
country, you know, they play Beethoven's Ninth and people are giving a standing ovation, and if you play music like this, you get polite applause. People,
No.
I think it's fair to say that most mainstream audiences either don't get this music yet or are certainly not comfortable with it yet. Is that fair to say?
Mainstream audiences are changing. So, I mean, and we know that with how orchestras are suffering now. The population is aging, and a sense of what is important for the musical culture of today in Canada is changing. The face of Canada is changing, the number of immigrants, and what is, so Western European music is not predominantly doesn't express everything about Canada.
So you're finding a new openness to this kind of music?
Yes. I mean, well, I don't know. I mean, am I finding a new openness? I mean, I find that when I tour it, especially like small cities and stuff, people are extremely open, actually. I'd say maybe it's in larger cities like Toronto. If I play on a series that is extremely established, where they have a lot of performers playing standard repertoire, there is an expectation of standard repertoire, and
Right.
that is harder.
That's what I'm speaking to.
Yeah, but actually, no, I would say that the bigger but smaller world of Canada is actually curious. They don't have the same, in a sense, they don't, it might be, it's not like they're not cultured with Western European music. They don't have that, they're not really familiar with it. So Beethoven, whatever, is just some tune. Whereas, and in a sense that's sort of refreshing. So it's not, they're not overladen with that tradition.
Right. People probably can't tell because you're wearing black and you're seated. You are very pregnant right now.
Yes.
you are going to have a baby in a matter of weeks. And I'm curious as to whether that must affect the way you play the piano. Does it not? Is it not harder to play the piano when you're 8 months pregnant?
I've been very fortunate. This pregnancy has been, I haven't had a horrific pregnancy. I think, people have nausea and back pain and all sorts of things, and so far the baby's been gentle with me. Yeah, I'd say twisting is extremely hard, but then I just warm up prepared to do that, so that, it's because there's something in the way.
It's different though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's different in a sense, like, if I feel anxious or something, there's the sense of my center is so obvious. It's like, I am centered. I am weighted.
Yes, you are.
So it's interesting. I am grounded. Sometimes my baby gets hiccups, and that's a little disruptive.
When that happens in the middle of a performance, what do you do?
I ignore it as much as I can. I can't respond to it. I can't respond to it any way, but I can't deal with its rhythmic distortion of what I'm doing. So.
That is very funny. Well, congratulations on the pending birth of your child.
Thank you very much.
And on your new CD, which we want to bring up the copy of the cover of as we speak, The Art of Touching the Keyboard. Eva Goyen. Eve, congratulations. Keep it going. Here she is once again, Eva Goyen, on stage in Studio 2.